Well, good evening, all you stackers and I guess numismatists out there. Thanks for joining us today. We're kind of just to follow up again from what we've been discussing over the last few days. If you can't tell right now, I have a really nice, not nice, I guess, but just a standard light now. So we have a direct light source that I have for these coins. You can kind of see it over here on the side. There's a lamp right here. So this will help me kind of like, see imperfections stuff. Now I'm gonna go through, we're gonna do some coin sorting and just talk about the markets if you want, whatever you guys want to talk about. Just go with the flow. So if you guys are active and talking and chatting and typing, we can have conversations around whatever's on your mind. Otherwise, I'll just go through it. I'll kind of sort through these coins. My thinking is going to be more that I have a couple in here in the album falls into the shadows. Wow, that's a how's it going? Real gear up survival and Rodriguez. I have a feeling there's a few in the album that I might want to pull out and replace with some that I might find here as we go through and sort these by date first. We'll worry about condition in a little bit. I don't suspect, quite frankly, I don't suspect. Hey, what's up, Serpents? What's up, TFD? Thanks, guys, for popping in here. That I will have too many gradable coins in these mixes here. And the reason I say gradable is and we'll break it down, but I don't think that I will grade anything that's under mint state just because it's kind of a waste of money, unless it is particularly a like pre 33, 1933 or earlier edition of the Liberty Walking half dollar, or it's a key date. Now, if it's a key date, I might be willing to go for like a VG or something like that if we find one that has like a full rim and full details or something. But for the most part, I think most of these coins are going to be in the circulated condition, which is going to result in them not being gradable. But we will wait, hold on one second. Let me get caught up on what you're saying. But yeah, I think most of these will be like what I would consider ungradable because they won't be worth the time, effort, and money to send them off and get them graded, because it will be no value add if they're under, like, let's say probably MS63. Anything that's like modern or post, besides the 38D, anything post is going to be probably not worth doing it. What's up, Sober Stacker? Thanks, appreciate you. Am I going to be your background noise, baby, while you're driving around out there? Thanks, Sober. Appreciate you being here. All right, TFT says, Dragoon and gang, howdy. Happy Mother's Day to all the matriarchs out there in the group. Appreciate it. TFT, the Real Gear Up says, do you keep your silver in a toolbox? Would you recommend putting silver in toolboxes and cheering over it? I'm not sure about the cheering over it part. I don't see a problem with toolboxes. I would say, honestly, like if you have like gun safe style boxes, that are lockable, I think those are fine. I use lockable ammo cans with, obviously the silver inside is, if they're bars, they're in some sort of like plastic protector. And if they are rounds and such, I have them in just tubes, in sealed off tubes and things like that. And I throw them in ammo cans and lock them up, stuff like that. But I don't see why a toolbox or tackle box or something like that would matter. Obviously, those are probably made out of plastic, though. So if they're made out of plastic, anybody can just break into them. So whether you have a lock or not doesn't matter. And but some toolboxes are made out of a nice solid metal, and you can, they're more fireproof and stuff, I guess. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, easiest way is just get a safe, right? Just get a safe that's rated, for probably like 30 minutes of whatever it is. I don't remember the exact rating, but like it takes like 30 minutes to break into, which normally has plenty of time. Like, am I safe? I mean, I don't give too many details out, but I actually have alarms on the safe as well, so that if it is opened up, alarms will go off. I have trackers and stuff, so that if somebody were to like actually try to take stuff out, like there's certain things that have trackers on it. So I have all sorts of stuff on. I mean, I have cameras on everything. You could call me a little bit extreme, but hey, you know what? And then that's obviously, we all have our own personal protection, right? But yeah, I would say a safe would probably be the best way to go. Like if you have like a gun safe, my gun safe doubles as a coinage safe too. So yeah, Condition 1 makes a great box. Yeah, there's lots of cool boxes. Like if you just need like a carrying around box, like you're going to a convention or a coin show, something like that, I would say a lockable, you know, kind of tough, tamper-proof, resistant box is good. And then if you're flying with it, you want to make sure that you have one of those anti-seal tags so that you know if your box has been opened and tampered with. I highly recommend those nowadays whenever you're traveling, because we all know what's going on there. Anyway, be a proper pirate. Keep your silver in a pouch hanging from your belt sash with a pistol and blade. I do actually keep some silver in leather bags and things. But now that I'm going to get more into like numismatic stuff, I'm going to try to keep them a little bit better off. So even just like just in terms of this, guys, you know, we're going to be going through these cords. What's up, Amina? What's up, Robert? This is not the way I want to be storing coins that I particularly am considering grading. If I'm going to be considering grading a coin, it really should be an individual, you know, non-PVC flaps and things like that, so that the coin itself doesn't get any new damage. Because just the motion of that right there, right? All I'm doing right there, these coins are causing friction with each other, and the rims and the higher edged surfaces and things like that are causing pretty much all of these to be in a circulated condition. Even if I bought them uncirculated, if they're in this kind of a tube, it wouldn't take much to get them to become a circulated condition because of a little bit of wear. So just so you know, like that's why I said I don't think any of these are going to actually be gradable, but we can still go through the motion of sorting them by date, sorting them by quality, and just getting an idea. Also, this is the new bright light. It might be a little too bright. I can turn it down a little bit or up if I need to. See, I can turn it down a little dimmer, then we can crank her up. We need to go there too. We'll find the exact right light for this thing. There we go. So we're gonna have some fun. But yeah. And first, so goal number 1 is going to be simply to sort these by date range. I'll do my best while I'm sorting to kind of keep up and look up a chat every now and then here. Let me change over to the coin screen. Kitco prices before we get going deep there. We ended the week, same as we talked about last time. We ended the week at $4,700 for gold, $80 in silver, and $2,057 for platinum. So we will see if that holds true over the next few hours here as the kickoff starts pretty soon. All right, so I'm gonna get all these out first, get these tubes out of the way, and try to get these in some sort of a date range where we can start looking at them. So like this one is shiny, but like shiny doesn't matter, right? And I'll work on the camera angle, but shiny doesn't matter when they're that roughed up and that circulated. This one does have a little bit of like dark toning and stuff to it. I was, as you guys know, I've been like really grinding the education part of this. So I went through and I was watching a ton of videos. I've been reading. I read about 100 something pages of another book. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there, guys and gals, to get a pretty good idea of what is desirable in these coins and what is undesirable. So I'm keeping an eye out. Cigar boxes are no go. They are made to hold in moisture. Well, yeah, yes and no. Sober stacker. They can also absorb moisture if they're made out of wood, right? Sometimes if they have a little bit of air space in them, they also kind of like leak and get pretty damp. But yeah, overall, a cigar box is not the greatest place to put your metals. They hold in moisture, and they also have, from what I read, cigars have like a lot of, I believe it's sulfur. And so because of that, sulfur is like one of the chemicals, I believe, that enhances toning or like accelerates the toning process. So I only say that because I have some American Silver Eagles that I've intentionally put into a cigar box because I want to try to tone them. You know, so it's kind of cool. We got some walkers on the table, guys. So it's funny you say that though. So I don't know if you can see the screen while you're driving, but I think you said you work in driving. I remember you saying you were a driver for your work, but maybe I'm wrong. But so here's a cigar box that I have. Actually, this is a nice little my father's wooden cigar box, right? And you guys might find this interesting. But inside this box here, right? So inside the box, the same sort of thing inside the lid. But then look at this. Oh yeah, you can't really see it because it's a little too bright. But we have the entire Queen's Beast, set. I have in 2-ounce silver rounds. I have that in this cigar box here. So what I did is I cut out and I think underneath it I have one of those silica packs, but I cut out the circles for the coins inside a piece of foam. So I stuck like a 1.5-inch piece of foam inside the box. And then every time I got a coin, I would just cut out the new slot for it, and I would put a capsule, like a airtight capsule on it, and we put it in there. So I hope this doesn't cause a problem, but I thought this was a really cool display, and I really like this box. And it's just like something that I can throw up on the countertop, you know, and it's like a display piece for people to check out. And yeah, sure, it's like 22 ounces of silver and all, but it's, you know, it's there more just for show and tell and having fun with. Yeah, there's no, again, there's, you know, as you guys are probably gonna learn this about the channel, there's no real rhyme or reason anymore. We just talk about what we want to talk about and hang out and, you know, go on this little journey and have some fun. Okay, so what we're gonna do when I start sorting here is I'm going to first sort by year. So we will get all these by the same year. I'm not going to look for mint marks and stuff yet, just going by year first. Then we'll get them all in order, 1917 or 1916 to 1947. And then after we have that, we will go through, look for any copies that are good. And I'll go through this book and we'll pull out any copies that are good in my album here. Also, this is wild. Okay, you know what happened? These albums were pristine. Look at this thing. These albums used to be pristine. I had a candle that I still don't even know what happened. I had a candle. I put it on top of this book, and it didn't fall over. The candle didn't fall over. It was in one of those like metal containers. Candle didn't rupture at the bottom or anything. Nothing happened. Candle was out. Put it on top of this. I come back later and I tried to scrape some of it off, but like the wax somehow, some way went off over the edge of the candle and like all over this album. And it like, I accidentally cut it up trying to tear it out. I really like this album too. I have no idea what happened. It was almost like a volcanic eruption happened out of this candle while I was gone. It didn't even fall over. Like I'm telling you, the candle was still right up in the container. I don't know what happened, but anyway, we're gonna go through that and check it out. What is the craziest thing that's ever happened on stream? Wow. I've been, just so you guys know.
Stay a while and
hey,
listen.
what's up, Chima Abbas? Welcome, thanks for being here. I've been live streaming for well over 10 years, and obviously not just precious metals. Precious metals has only been a little bit. And the weirdest, I mean, I had a stream where I had 215 pounds on my bench press. I used to have my bench press and all my weights and stuff actually in my camera range. And I think I did something like 100 reps, not in a row, but just throughout the course of the entire stream. And that was pretty wild. I've done a live stream where I was on an exercise bike for I think like 6 hours straight while doing it. So that was pretty fun. Anyway, what's up, Catcom? What's going on, Mina? Since you are really into the Walking Liberty $50, were you thinking of buying Best of the Mint 1960 Walking Liberty $50 gold coin and silver medal set? Actually, yes, Robert. I was actually that. I know exactly what that 1916 commemorative gold coin that's in the form of the Walking Liberty $50. I think it came out in 2016, I think is what it was. The 100-year anniversary. I actually was in the process of negotiating with a seller on that. I wasn't too happy with their prices. Obviously, that demands a little bit of a premium. And at the time, I think gold was like around 5,500. So I decided to not follow through. This might be a little bit strong on the... See if I can go down a little bit more on the light. That's a little bit better for you guys, right? So I decided not to go through with it. And I don't regret it. I still feel like I'm not a doom and gloomer with precious metals, but I do feel like that this, 200-300% run that we had in precious metals isn't going to last forever. I do think we are going to find a pullback at some point here in the next 6 to 18 months. And so I will pick up things that I want and that I missed when things pull back. I'll be a little bit more aggressive with it. But for now, whatever. It was probably wasn't a bad price, but it wasn't a price I was willing to pay. So I'm going to get these in order. This is 1944, 43, 42, 41, 40. So you guys can keep track of where I'm going right here. A 45. That's a roughed up 45. And then again, we'll go back and get the mint marks later. This one's a pretty nice coin, actually. This one might be one that we, here's what I'll do. If I see one that doesn't have obvious signs of circulation, I can, should I turn on the microscope cam? Would you guys like to see have the microscope cam? I feel like this is going to be a pretty good job of showing like luster or lackluster or average luster and all that stuff. But 1921s, Catcom, I don't have very many 1921s. I think I only have 2. So we won't be doing that. Bootsy, what's up? Welcome back, Catcom. I'm actually talking about the one coming out this year. Oh, I don't know about the one that's coming out this year, Robert. I'll have to check. I wasn't aware of that. Thanks for letting me know. Egypt, it's been a relaxing, peaceful weekend. Thank you for asking. You're out in Egypt, or are you saying, are you just responding to Ant of Egypt? Like, were you hanging out in Egypt? So this one, any coins that I see that don't have any just blatant signs of circulation, and what I'm looking at here, I really should probably bring out the magnifier for you guys here. So what we're looking at for obvious signs of circulation will be the breast feathers here in the detail. So you'll be able to see the breast feathers really well out there. I probably should get like a little pointer too. I got out my game here. This foreleg here, and then when we go up here on the Lady Liberty, we are kind of working our way straight down from her head. We want to see the cap, the ear, the nose, the eye. The left breast is typically the first place. The left hand right there on the edge, all the way down her skirt. Yeah, hey, Catcom, I'm working on it, Catcom. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one aside because that does look like it's semi-uncirculated here. Catcom, I've shown my album quite a few times. I'll show you my album in a second. I am currently in the process, Catcom, of completing my filler album. Right? We're currently in the process, my friend. We have some of the keys, like I have a 1938Ds, I have some 21Ss. I do not have the 21. I do not have the 21 or the 21D. I will say, though, I am in the process of trying to obtain those things. Not going to say exactly where, but I've signed up for a couple new auction houses recently to get into that as well. So I'm doing my best, Catcom. Okay, don't pressure me. No, I'm just kidding. Keep the pressure down. No, it's gonna be. Here's what I don't know. Maybe you guys are like me. I have a bad habit, right? I have a bad habit of whenever I come up with a goal or an idea, of trying to do it too quickly and not being patient and waiting for the time to be right on things. So I think what I need to do here is, I don't need to rush out and just go buy every single coin that I need, right? I need to just take my time and 1939. I need to just take my time, find the right coin for the right price, and just be patient. Be patient. I have a hard time with patience. If you get what I mean. Oh, there's a 1928 right there. Nice. 1928, a little bit older of a coin, pretty worn coin here, but 1928. This light, I will say this already with this light. I do like this light already. It's probably not great for y'all. Y'all have a little bit of a glare because of it. But I can tell you with the naked eye right now, I'm seeing very easily the details quickly. So, it's a little bit better of a vision. So 1928 up here. 1946. Yeah. 1919 is a tough year. What was it tough? What was a tough year for it? Was it just like a bad mintage year, or I know sometimes, they had like different priorities. I mean, oh, this is a pretty nice coin. This one's close. This one's got very little wear, but obviously circulated right there. Pretty neat. It's nice. That coin still has like, this coin is interesting. Like it still has, you can see this coin's actually pretty. Let me show you guys this one a little bit more further up here. Man, I wonder if I can find a different light color. That this coin is actually, it's starting to have a little toning, like a little bit of a reddish toning around the rim. and around here. I don't know if you can see if it's coming up through or not, but it's got a little bit of a reddish toning there. And it has some of its like luster still, but obviously circulated because it's very worn down on there. But that's a pretty nice looking coin. That's an interesting coin right there. Might have to come back and visit this one in the future. Might look pretty later on. Sure, the majority of the ones that we have are 1940s because that just seems to be the way it goes. 1934. 34. Cool. Week struck. I don't think that. Oh, you're saying 1919, that year was week struck. Yeah, so I've been reading about that. How some of the mintages, like the differences between the Denver mint and say the Philly mint or the San Francisco mints, and like how they were striking their coins and stuff. So it really is. I mean, I don't know. People, it's one of those things when you start to learn, when you start to go through the rabbit hole and look into it all, it is pretty fascinating. This is 1937, 36, 37. Right. Getting some 30s now, finally. Oh, we got a nice one here. We'll have to pull this one aside. So we got another one that's got a lot of the features still available. Camera hates me. That one's got a lot of the features still, so we'll keep that guy around there. That ASE guy, how you doing, brother? I will say though, okay, so this is I believe this to be a circulated coin. I'm just looking right here at the breast feathers of the eagle, and I'm noticing that it is pretty smoothed out on the breast feathers. Looks like a little bit of smoothing on the top of the wing there. But, I mean, overall, decent looking coin. This might be a fun one just to kind of reevaluate later on. We'll just keep it over there for now. ASC guy, how you doing? 1919 D250 in F12. F12. Well, this coin actually is, now it is toned. This coin is very toned. You guys can tell that right away, but this coin is actually in better condition than that last coin we just moved over. So this is actually a really nice little toned coin. However, if we're looking in terms of grading, I'm going to have to pull up the magnifying glass when we get into the fine details here. There is a rim ding on this coin. So although this coin looks like it may be considered uncirculated with some nice dark toning here, pretty even toning at least. I don't know, dark's not necessarily a desirable color, but this one almost looks like it could be of like artificially toned. I don't know how even it is, but we'll put it over there as one to evaluate later. But yeah, nice little coin there. 19. Oh, that one's close. Oh wow, for 1936, this one almost has, like, it's still used, but you almost have the detail on the blouse going up too. Look at that, almost there. Nice. That was close. That was a close one. Sorry, I'm having fun. I know this is probably not the most engaging content that you'll ever find on YouTube, but you know, a lot of this is just me doing this for me and having fun. So this one must have been a cleaned coin. I mean, look how there's notches and cuts right here on the right, but this is a worn, it's definitely worn coin right here. Yeah, definitely circulated, but super shiny. So I'm gonna make the assumption that this coin was cleaned at some point. How do I not have a 1947 yet? Oh my gosh, ask and you shall receive. I was like, there's 1947 right there. That's kind of funny. As soon as I look for one. If you're wondering how I got most of these, I picked most of these up by just buying them in $10 face value allotments. Some I would go to a local coin shop, and if they had any, I would just buy them, you know, try to get the best quality ones I could. not necessarily easy to find a lot of good quality walkers in a, short bin, but yeah, I would just try to get something as a way to spend money if I went to the LCS just to support. Right. Another big ding on the rim there. Oh, 1920. So this one's 1920. This one's got a lot of rim damage going on here. Pretty worn down. You can still see the Liberty. I can still see the full date. So that's at least a good start when you can see the full date, lightly worn on top. But this one has a lot of interesting rim damage. Pretty significant rim damage, but there's a 1920 for us right there. 41 and 45. Decent coin. 19, what is this, 18? I think that says 18. I might need to get the magnifying glass. I think that says 1918, so 1918S. So we'll go ahead and put this up here. Our first 1918s. 35. Hammer will fix that dent. Yeah. Yeah, it might fix it. It might also make it pretty bad. It's a little Dremel work there, and just buff that right on out. 1946 might be worth looking at. This guy got some toning at the bottom, but give me 1 second to just evaluate this one. This one might be one that we need to get a little bit closer on. This one might be uncirculated. This one might need a magnifying glass. Look at the quick rim there. All right, let's put this one over there. I'm glad we got a couple to at least look at. A couple potential for uncirculated. Here's another cleaned coin. I'm assuming it's cleaned when they're super shiny, circulated, and toned. I mean, that's kind of cool and all, but like this has to be a cleaned coin. Am I wrong about that? Like, I feel like there's no way for this coin to be that lustrous with that much wear and tear on it. So maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that should be a pretty dead sign that it was cleaned up at some point. '43s and '45s are pretty popular here. Don't expect to find a 1938, but we'll see. Hey, what's up, Brilliance? How you doing? Yeah, we are. If you're just popping in here, like, what's going on? Maybe I should put on some nice little, maybe I can put on some nice little music for you guys or something. But we are just kind of hanging out. I'm sorting some of my walkers, getting an idea of which ones are worth a closer examination, getting them in our, age order, so that they're just they're just easier to identify later on. So just wanted to get them sorted, and we can talk. Yeah, I've been kind of going a lot deeper into the grading stuff and really looking at it. There's a 1936, pretty worn down. You can barely see the L and the I, but you do have a full date. That's good. A little bit of the rim, not the full rim's worn, but there's a little bit of a rim here. Not terrible, but not good. What's new with you, Brilliance? How you been? Well, if you ever want to know what the most common dates are, you can just see the size of the stacks. Just look at the size of the stacks. 41, 43, and 45 are very popular dates. I can tell you that. feel like they're all going to start falling over soon. Right. Yeah, overall, I have a feeling silver and gold, we're going to have a little bit of a consolidation period as we kind of come back to the mean averages and stuff here, 1937 there. Because we just had, you know, nothing naturally runs up that high. And I feel like once we come down a little, I don't think we're going to come crashing down. I think we've already crashed down pretty good. But I do think that there's a little bit lower expectations for both of them before we kind of truly settle where we are. So it's really cool. Like, I feel like I'm starting to see some of like the, at least in the skirt, like the well struck versus the poor struck, and like the just the depth of the lines on the skirt. It's kind of neat to see. Look for light scratches. The 40S. 40S. I don't know where I put the 40S. This one? 40S? What the 40S? Oh, that's a 40 Philly. $19.29. I feel like a repetition. 41, 43, 41, 43. So many 40s. I don't want any more. Yeah, I just buy them at 10 face value each, and so it's obvious like when you do that, they're not going to give you really, you know, key dates or anything like that. They're going to just give you, you know, they're going to give you the most available ones in the probably the least desirable condition. There's a 38. Which 38 is this? There's a 1938 Philadelphia, pretty well worn out. Oh, that's a 44. You go there, buddy. So far, 43 is the stack that has the most the most coins. The 1940S up common. Cleaned coins have it. Like the light scratches and stuff. Yeah. So like you're talking about like if they use like a wire, like a wire brush or something to clean it up. Is that what you're talking about? So many 40s, guys. Oh, this thing's worn out. What is this? 1916. There's a slicked out 1916. Where would be the mint mark on this one? You can barely see the in God. 1916 though. We'll see where that goes. The coin ASMR, except I don't think it's going through the microphone. 3. Looks like 43 is going to be the winner. Okay, we might have another one to look at here. Oh, a rag can cause micro scratches too? Wow. I would say that's not good. Let's see here. It looks like we got like fingerprints or something on this one on the left, but if I'm looking at this coin, I think I see some wear. I do think that I see some wear. Again, this one's worthy, I think, of a microscope look, but I do think I see some wear down on the surface there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I see some wearing right across there. So this is probably going to be deemed a circular coin. You can see like the different coloration as well with like the flatter surface right there. But hey, we'll take it. We'll put it in the pile for a closer inspection at the very least. All right, not too many more left here to sort through. Then what we'll do is we'll pull out the album and replace some of my better coins from my album. We'll replace those so that we can maybe look into them. 1934 right there. Forty-two, 42, 43. No, it's worn. 41. All right, got them. I put a full set together 5 years ago. Nice. Okay, I'm working on it still. I need to get, like you said, I need to get some of the key dates and some of the older coins, but you know, I'm getting there. I'm trying to pick up like maybe like 1 or 2 a week, and we'll all 39 to 47 all uncirculated. That's cool. I like that. I like that. So here we are. We've got 5 coins that we're going to consider for like looking at it a little bit deeper. We got some older coins. I'm going to be splitting by 33. So the way I'm going to split my main group of coins up is going to be 1933 and earlier, and 1934 and later will be the 2 divisions that I use. 1933s and earlier, which I'm pointing to a group there's none here. So which would be just like these 5 coins up top here. These we will consider looking up. We'll have to look up some price guides and stuff, but we will consider grading some of these even in a circulated condition if we feel like we can get them in like the good, very good, or fine, or some kind of like, you know, extra fine quality. And some of these I don't think really, maybe one of these, possibly this 1929, but again, we'll have to look at price guides, look at pop reports, and see if it's even worth looking at those or not. If it's 1934 or later, aside from the 1938D, essentially, I'll have to look for a double die on 46. I don't know really what that would look like, roadkill, to be quite frank. But I have some 46s here, so we can go through and kind of try to find them. But yeah, I mean, we can look for a double die and all that kind of stuff. I don't, you know, I think it's so unlikely that I would have just randomly picked one up in a, you know, in a $10 on circuit or whatever, $10 online order or something, that I don't think it's likely to be there. So it's probably not worth our time, but you know, it's always worth. Separate 1940 up and down, just saying. Why 1940 versus all the others? I only ask because I have not, everything that I've read and learned about with all these, like, I haven't seen any division, even on the collections sites for PCGS and NGC. I don't see any of them that even separate by 1940 either. But yeah. All right, so let's get the album out and let's see if we got any more like mostly or semi-uncirculated coins that we want to look for that we can swap out going through here. So I'm gonna have to do this. It's gonna be kind of like bit by bit, real quick. So I'm gonna look right here. This is the older stuff, the 1916s through 1917, 1919. I don't see anything really worth pulling out there. We're gonna finish up those pages though at some point here. That's where we're at next. So let's go ahead into the 20s. Again, heavily circulated on all of these. All of these look heavily circulated. Even some have like some a little bit of damage and such. So nothing worth pulling out there. Okay, let's go into the 30s here. I think I see one here, the 1930. Oh, actually, we might have 2 here, the 1935 and the 1936 Philadelphia's look good. The 1937 Philadelphia looks good. So I might need to pull out I think I'm going to pull out a 35, a 36, and a 37 Philly if I've got it, and replace them here. So give me a second. Go through there, see what we got. 35, 36, and 37 is what we're looking for, Phillies. So here's the 35s. And then we switch it over, and we're looking for a mint mark right down here on the bottom left. And I don't see one, so that's a Philly there, it looks like. And that is an S for San Francisco, and a Philly here. So of the
1935 Philly. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the nicer one that I have in there. So we'll put this one in there. We'll take these two and put them back over here. And that way we'll get our other one out that we can actually look at closer. 1936, we're looking for a Philly as well. So we'll go through these same way. There's a Philly. There's a Philly. There's a Philly. And a Philly. In 1936 at Denver and San Francisco. So any of these will be fine to replace. So we'll just pick the nicest one out of these. I think it's going to be a pretty easy choice right here. We will go with this guy right here. We'll replace that one. 1936. And even the 1937 Philadelphia. Let's see what we got. These are all 37s. Yep. And we have Philly. Oh, there's a Denver and a Philly. So we have these two Phillies. Check them out. And I think I like this one on the right here a little bit better, so we'll just put that one out. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna replace these and pop out the ones that we are actually gonna go ahead and replace. You bought your 21P ND certified. The 1946 Walk of Liberty, the motto, that's all doubled. Oh, the motto's doubled. Okay. All right, all right. Popping out. Come out of there. All right, there we go. There's the 1935. We're going to go ahead. I mean, I do think there was this one actually does look circulated though. So I don't know if this is really worth our time pulling out. But whatever. We'll go ahead and make it do for now. For the sake of a video, I guess. And I'll slot that one back in. Boom. He's in. All right, 1936 coming out. 1936. This one actually does look like it's going to be uncirculated so far. There is some abrasion on the back, but I can't tell if that's just toning or what, but worth getting under a microscope there. So I'll hit the 1936 there. Boom. And the upgrade. Or the downgrade, I guess. Downgrading, really. More than anything. At the very least, we will use some of these nicer coins to come up with a grade that we will predict. And I'm not going to send anything off again. I'm not planning on sending off anything that's late issue unless it's uncirculated. And I'll pop it out the 1937 now. Come on, baby. All right, 1937, this is it. Could be. Again, I'm looking at the breast feathers and stuff. So in my opinion, just looking at the breast of the eagle, I think that all three of those have been circulated. So I don't know that there's going to be any coin in there that's going to get sent off to grading. But hey, you know, worst case, we have some of our potentially nicer coins out here. We can always just rotate them back into the album at a later time. All right, we're going to probably have quite a few here, but we'll go ahead and look. Surprisingly, none of those up there are looking uncirculated. Down here, you have a couple here that are looking good. Thinking the 1942 Philly and the 1943 Philly both look like they have potential. In fact, the 1943 Philly got some pretty soft looking fields there. Like that 1946 double die are not that rare, only in MS. Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on, THS? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. So I'm going to look for a 42 and a 43 Philly and replace those with a coin. So here we go. I got tons of these, so we should have plenty of options here. Denver. Okay. And we'll find a replacement here between these coins. Let's see here. Oh, that's a nice one. I think we'll go ahead and throw this one in there for 42s. And the 43, we have so many of them. It's going to be crazy. 43, we need Filio as well. So put that aside. Bear with me. The album is getting enhanced. I think most of these are Philly. My favorite 90% walkers. Ah, nice. Make me blue. I'm a big deal. THS, I don't know who you are. You're just like everybody else. We're all the same here. We're all the same, buddy. I'm blue. Dobbin dee dobbin day. I'm kind of a big deal. I think it's all shiny. With some toning. I mean, really, that coin catches my eye, though. So whether it's cleaned or not, I give it credit. It does catch your eye when you look at it. The winged dime is your second favorite. I liked, I kind of like the new dime. I think the new dime's design looks pretty nice. We have a lot of Philadelphia 1943s. Man, sitting over like this is a workout on my back, man. My back is screaming at me for bending over my neck like this, trying to look at all these dang coins. I need to like lower my seat or something. Might help, actually. I just lowered my seat like way low. Let's go 1916. Yeah, there's 1916 up top here. 1916, 1918. I've got a couple older ones up there. All right, let's find a coin to replace the album with. Part of me wants to use that little like weird looking toner. I'm not gonna lie. This guy, I think I might actually put this in the album just because I feel like it's obviously cleaned, but it's kind of cool. I think I'm gonna do it. Boom, 1943. We got the 1942, the 1943. I'm gonna swap these out. This legend in his own mind. Hey, we all are legends in our own mind sometimes, you know? It happens. Cat gets it, yeah. All right, here's the one I pulled out. Hey, I actually can see breast feathers on the eagle. That looks nice on that side. It's got some luster. This coin might actually mustard and biscuits, baby. This coin might actually, ladies and gentlemen, find its way to a grading service. This thing's got some luster to it. It's got looks like we got full devices and fields here. I mean, this, ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure we don't have some like a bullet hole in the freaking rim or something. I think we found one. I think we found one, my friends, that could potentially get sent off. Nice. All right. That's probably the first one where I thought, hey, it might be worth just having some fun and looking at it, you know? All right, here's that 1943. Now, look at this coin, ladies and gentlemen. There's another good one. This is a 1943. I mean, I think this looks absolutely uncirculated. Now, however, I can see, and you can probably see it yourself, right on her knee, right on Liberty's knee, which is a focal point, I see a ding. So that way, hey, Catcom, we're just doing it for fun sometimes. Sometimes you do things for fun, Catcom. That one has a little bit of a ding there. I don't see anything else really going on with it. Again, we're going to get these under a microscope before we do anything. Breast feathers, either weakly struck or that is some circulation wear. I can't really tell. Maybe the microscope will help there, but breast feathers are definitely not as pronounced as on that last coin we just looked at, but I do see some signs of it. But there's definitely a ding right there on her knee. Not the probably the worst thing. You can have like one ding and still get like a 63 plus, that kind of stuff. But we'll see what happens. So there we go. Put those two over there. And this is the one that I'm replacing it with. This cool little like shiny toning one. Cleaned one. Definitely cleaned. But hey, whatever. They're my coins. Just filling up the album. All right, we should have one more page of these. Why is this not going back in? 1 second. My sleeve, my insert's not going back in all of a sudden. There it goes, I think. All right, whatever. Far enough for now. We don't have time for that. Just imagine the mint made a naked 1916 Walker. That would be called a Libertad. You know what I mean? Isn't that what the Libertad is? Oh, Lord. We got coin jokes. You know you're in a nerd group when you start making coin jokes. Right? Okay. This one, I have quite a few. I'm not sure how many of these are going to be worth pulling out, but let's look. 1944. Looking pretty frosty. Not the 44D, though. Negative on that. Negative on that. Negative on that. I think we've got the 44 and the 45D. Both look worthy of coming out and being looked at a little bit closer. We do have the there's a notch right there in the field there, but again, a little bit of a small defect isn't going to like cause us to like go from a little bit of a defect isn't going to cause us to go from a, you know, 70 to a 48. You know, so we're just trying to be realistically, we're trying to be somewhere between like 62 or probably honestly 60 to 64 is what we're really looking for. We're still not as dorky as stampers. I can't comment on stampers because I don't know anything about the stamp community. So, you know, I don't know. For all I know, we might be worse. We might be worse. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out that 44 Philly. I think I'm gonna pull out that 45D Denver. Goodness. Okay, so 46D abrasions. 46 has some beat up parts to it, but it looks pretty good. No. Okay, so I think we need to do a 44 Philly, 45 Denver, and a 46 Philly. So 44 Philly, 45 Denver, bear with me again as we go through these. If you don't know what I'm doing by now, you're welcome. You're probably in the right place. You're probably drunk or high. So you're definitely in the right spot. Appreciate you being here. And we are just simply replacing some of the coins from my album that I think are worthy of a little bit more of an inspection to see if possibly they are gradable or not. And then we're replacing them with some filler coins here just to keep the book full as we go through here. So I'm looking for a 44 Philly to replace the one in the album. Negative. Not bad. Let's put that one on top there. Yep, we're going to go with that one right there. So we got the 44. Bam. 45, John Denver, coming up next. How many we even have? There's one. Where are we going? Where are we going? There's one. We have two. Two. Ha ha ha. So many 45s. Why do we have so many 45s? Stampers do the stampers get licked. All right, that makes sense. Stampers do the licking. You know, maybe they do both at the same time. Who are we to judge, guys? Who are we to judge? Huh? I guess coiners do the pressing. Is that what it is? Is that the saying? Trying to learn something? Working on both? Yeah. Well, this one is more of a chill little session here. I do plan to bring some of the grading information that I'm learning into the next one. Okay, so these are our 45s. We're looking for a 45 John Denver to replace the one in the album. So, let's see here. Oh, that's a nice one. Let's go ahead and pull. Can't even hold on to them. I think we're going to pull this one out. Pretty nice. Definitely got a little bit of circulation wear right there, but we'll pull that one out. 45D, where you at? There's 44, 45, and then the other one was the 46 Philly. So we're going to replace the 46, and then we will have all of our coins, and we can move all these other coins off the table. Get into something else. Wow, these are all Philly. That's a bright coin. Well, we'll just go ahead and put that one in there. I think it's pretty nice. We are all mods here. Make everyone blue. Yeah, you are all mods. You know, that's the thing about when there are no mods, we're all mods. You know, it works out that way. It's just no big deal. Why do we need mods? I got like 8 people chatting. We don't need mods. Mods are for the channels with thousands of people where things are going wild, man. It's buck wild in there. You know, the international stacker type streams. That guy's got to have some mods. There's that 44. Put that one in there. I'll go through those coins in just a second, show you what I'm pulling out here. Here's the 45 Denver. Pull that one out. Oh, man, it's got some wear too. Got a little bit of wear there. Yeah, all mod applications get screened through Mustard and Biscuits. And if you want to expedite your mod potential, you can get my PO box, and you can ship over some Walking Liberty $50. Nice. You'll get those numbers up. We gotta get those numbers up, son. Get those numbers up. No, we used to. So YouTube is a fickle biatch. You know what I mean? So if you don't like do videos pretty much every like 2 days, and you consistently stay on topic and this and that, like if you don't do that, it's very challenging to grow on YouTube. I've been there, done that enough times that like I just kind of chill and do my thing at this point. But yeah, you can definitely play the game. If you want to play the game, there's a good you can grow if you play the game. I'm sure. We got a high five. Amina, thanks for the high five there, buddy. Appreciate it. I still don't know what that does. Is that like a hype thing? Is that a hype train thing? Hyping up the channel. So if you so, thank you so much. Appreciate it. It makes a noise. I know that. Oh my gosh, my dog has a. We did like Pavlov on my dog. I set a reminder on a device to tell the dog when it's time to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the dog goes nuts whenever that alarm goes off now. What did I do with the coin? Oh, here it is. Okay. I lost the coin for a second there. Okay, let's go back and look at these real quick. So we have now filled out, or not filled out, but we have now replaced the best looking coins that we have in the coin album with coins that we know are ungradable for that era of coin in which we are. I'm going to now sort these. Okay, we're going to move out. So you were saying 1940 and earlier. That's fine. We can do that way. So we'll have the 30s, 20s, and the teens out here that we will pull out. Maybe we will look. We'll have to go through. I'll go through the grading scales and see what their differences are. But what we'll do is we'll pull these all out differently. So this is a 29, 28, 20, but beat the heck. A Numismatist community raid. What is that? Let's get Numismatists a community raid. Are you talking about me or somebody else? I'm not sure. I don't know all the channels, but I'll make you a mod on my channel for silver. Exactly. Mustard and biscuits. He gets it. He gets it. It's a fun way to spend money. It is a fun way to spend money on hypes and stuff. Does it cost you money though, or is it does it cost you money to send out a hype, or is it free with like if you like watch the channel you generate hype points? I legitimately don't know how it works. I've been trying to learn it. Okay. These were the 3 coins we just pulled out. This was the 1944. Let's go ahead and give it a look here for a second. Let's give it a look here. Looking decent. Looks like a softer strike because of the... Oh, it is free? Okay. Because the lines aren't that deep. So it looks like maybe a softer strike here. But I don't see any definitive signs of wear yet. Silver Dragoons, good to see you again. Glad to see you for the 41st time. Thanks, Thomas Ziegler. Yeah, we've been around for a little bit. This does have some surface, and it does have a nice look to it. This could qualify. There's some scratches there in that field there on the top left. I do see breast feathers. I don't think this coin is showing actual circulatory wear. So cat likes everybody. Cat hype is free. Okay, cool. I think this coin looks good. I think we got a... She's a looker, Clark. She's a looker, Clark. Jewels aren't, but I don't know if it hypes. Oh, okay. So how do you do jewels? Man, I've got like, you would think that like I would know all the different YouTube methodologies, but it feels like they add new stuff like every month. So that's a decent looking coin, 1944. That's one that we just pulled out of the album. I like that one. Hey, OC Omega stacking. What's up, my friend? You pick up any new, did you pick up any new folding knives or anything? What have you been up to, buddy? All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this 1945. This one has what we would call probably in the poor luster, which we'll watch it. We can watch a video on it. But you just subbed, love the channel, keep on stacking. Hey, thanks yesterday, today. I appreciate you very much, man. Thanks for being here and welcome to the channel. Right now, what you're going to be seeing a lot on the live streams is we do 2 things on the live streams. One thing is this Numismatist journey, where drop your jewels. My jewels already dropped. No. We're doing our Numismatist journey of learning strictly learning the Walking Liberty $50. And I'm trying to become an expert on this coin and grading it and collecting it and finding good varieties and finding high quality coins. I will be building out an entire like graded collection, hopefully in MS64 or MS65. So that's what this one is. And also we do live streams where we just do general market analysis on precious metals and silver and gold for like the more stacking bullion side of things as well. So 2 kind of directions that the channel is in at all times. So thanks for everybody for hanging out here. Our man Omega. Got nothing new yet? I don't believe you. You're always picking up new stuff. So this one's got like much lower, like look at the luster. So when we're going to go through grading and like scales, like you don't need to be an expert to see the difference in the like luster on these 2 coins. You see it? Look at that. Look at the, like you can just see the dull drab grayish color on this one and the, you know, reflective dark and light surface on that. So 2 totally different types of lusters for potentially 2 uncirculated coins. So that'll be fun. Again, we're going to go through these in detail with grading and really look at them and like give our analysis on it. I do think this one is potentially circulated. I do see some wear right there across the eagle's breast feathers and right there in the front of the leg. So I do think that this coin was circulated. It will probably be pulled out of the grading pile, but hey, you know what? Pretty nice coin though, either way. And you know, there's a chance that I might just send some of these off just again, maybe we try to get like a AU or something, and we're gonna learn. We're going to be trying to learn here. All right, and then we got another one. This is the 1946 Philly here. This is a nice looking coin as well. Definitely looking pretty good. The fields on this one, I don't know if you can tell. I hope all nice yesterday, today. I have not found a proof yet. There are whatever, only like 6 or 7 years issues of proofs, right? So I will guarantee you this. I will get a proof eventually. I don't know what grade it's going to be, but I will get a proof eventually. I do have some 65s, some MS65s. I've got 2 on the way, and I've got 1 that I've already got. So we got some stuff there. But this one, I'm looking at the fields. Fields look nice. One of these rays has a little bit of a notch on it. Not a scratch, but just a little bit of a press there, it looks like. Looks fairly uncirculated. Looks like the stars are kind of light, and looks like the skirt is kind of a light press here, 1946. Looking here on the back breast feathers, I'm not seeing full definition on the breast feathers, just like that last one, so there's a chance that maybe this has a little bit of circulation as well. Or it was a light press. We will have to get it under the microscope. I do see like some abrasion where the feathers should be, but not much. So again, the plan here, if you're just new to the channel, we are going through and let's get these out of the way. So this is the set of coins that are from 1939 to 1960. These are all post 1940s, so we have a ton of these things here. Our plan here, ladies and gentlemen, is to primarily collect this coin and build up a nice big stack of them, then use them to go through and try to learn about the whole grading process and everything like that. So hope you guys enjoy this little journey. And we're learning, I think this is the best coin for sure. I think this is the coolest design by far. And in fact, they think it was so nice that they put it on the, they put it on the American Silver Eagle, right? So they like it too, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna have fun with it and stack it up. Just go ahead and put these in here. I probably should put them in like order. This is 1941, so let's put 1940s on top. Boom. Yeah, what's everybody's favorite coin? Like what got you guys into, like, if you're a coin collector or numismatist, whatever, what got you guys into it? Was there a particular coin? I can tell you what actually got me into constitutional coinage if you're interested. Kind of an interesting story, but really for me it was the fact that there were copper pennies, right? We all kind of know about copper pennies, and I had so much fun going through copper pennies with my wife, finding wheat pennies and Canadian cents and all this stuff, that I was like, well, copper is extremely cheap, right? These aren't really worth that much money being in copper. So I got the clever idea. I said, well, what if I started doing constitutional silver instead? And so I switched to stacking. I switched to stacking some quarters, some dimes, and some half dollars, some Morgan dollars, and some peace dollars, all that stuff. And I was buying them, and I found over time, pre-1982 copper. That's what I did too. THS, same thing. What I found was that over time, I really liked the half dollar. It was just the right size for me. Like if I was Goldilocks, right, the Morgan dollar and the peace dollar was just a little bit too big. The quarters and dimes were just a little too small. And for me, this half dollar was just the right size, right? It's just the right size for capturing the detail of the coin from the naked eye. Like I don't need like a magnifying glass to see the details. Like I can just look. I like the weight of them, right? You can feel them in your hand, like they're there. Whereas like a dime, like I could have dimes falling in and out of my hand and not even realize I'm dropping them. Just a little too small for my hands, right? The quarters are okay. The quarters aren't bad. But for me, they were just, again, this was just the perfect right size. Do you have any silver dragon's pores? I do not. I do not have silver dragon's pores. I'm familiar with this channel. Like I watch most of the YouTubers' channels. At least I watch as many as I can. I'm familiar with a lot of their stuff, but You're stuck on Morgan's. First book I filled was Lincolns, then Indians, then Mercs, and Walkers. Awesome, yeah. We are filling like a book of wheat pennies and stuff like that. All the pre-1982 pennies. We have like that full thing. It's fun. Jay Farrell, what's going on? You like Mercury Dimes? Yeah, it's like Thousand Air Radio. And Fish from Inefficient Stacking. Both of them are a big fan of the Mercury Dimes. Did you know? You probably know this, Jay Farrell. Did you know that the artist who created the Walking Liberty half dollar also is the one that created the Mercury dime design? Did you know that? Yeah, pretty neat. So it's funny, you know, we kind of like the same. We seem like the same type of stuff there. You like? I got 2 giant books where each has 50 quarters and 2 for every state when they did the states. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Morgan is way too big, especially the neck. She a thick one, right? Nah, Morgan's pretty. They're all. Do you have any? Wait, no, that's the same thing. Your first silver coin is the year 2000 American Silver Eagle. All right, OC Omega, you'd be up there with the ASE guy, huh? You and the ASE guy can be building some collections. My first US coin that got me into this was in 1893. It is really cool, isn't it? Yesterday, today, like when you get something that is like hundreds of years old or 120 years old or whatever it is, like especially the US history, like, you know, not having, you know, 250 years of history, but not 250 years of coinage, right? So getting those really old coins that just persisted and made it to today in the shape that they're in is pretty fascinating, I think. So you got a new mail call video coming out very soon. Nice, excellent. You really like Mercury Dimes? I got a new Mercury. That's cool. You got a Mercury Dime album book. So yeah, I love. For me, I am a fan of the Littleton album books here. I like that they have the information about the coin. I like the way that it's displayed and protected in a very, very secure 3-ring binder that also has a very thick double-sided, so you can see obviously the coins on both sides, and both sides are protected with a piece of plastic there. And then I also like that Fish is putting a certified set of Walkers, MS65, and Rattlers. Catcom, that is crazy. I'm going to be working on an MS65 set myself, but not in Rattlers. Holy crap. That must be really hard to find. I have heard that before. I'm a huge fan of the Walking Liberty design on the halves too. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So, and then it lists the mintages here for me as well. So I really am a big fan. I don't, you know, obviously not sponsored by Littleton. I would take a Littleton sponsorship though. I would tell you that, Littleton, if you're ever around, but not that I'm big enough for one, but I really like this product. This is my favorite album type product. I also have some of like the smaller like Whitmans or whatever, the blue books and such. But the Littletons, man, this is something that, you know, I'm gonna put on a bookshelf. Well, once I clean it up, all this freaking candle wax, but I'm gonna put these on a bookshelf one day when I'm older, right, inside of a cabinet, you know, a lockable cabinet, and I'll have all these albums, and they'll all be there full coins that I can pull out and look. I have a currency binders just like this too, so I'm geeking out on freaking binders right now. This is a sad state of existence when I'm excited about binders, man. What is wrong with me? But anyway, all right, let's take a look at some of these coins. Not all of these are going to make it to the grading. I'm just going to go lay them out for you guys real quick, and I'll bring the camera down or something. But let's go ahead and look at what we've got here. I'm going to put these in plastic flips off stream so that we don't continue to like add any potential damage to these things over time here. But these are the coins that we believe have potential to be uncirculated. Now, some of them are circulated. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 13 potential coins. Let me bring this down a little bit for you. The light might shift a little bit as it's going to get hit by the camera. But give me a second here. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Oh, I was going to say, I thought I got it in first try. Hold, hold, hold. Move these over. This camera is not always, like, when you move it, it's not always the best. Okay. That's most of them. You can see most of them. All right. So not all of these, again, are going to make it into the actual grading queue. But why are we doing this? Your mouth is watering over coins. I know. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do, for sure. I enjoy it. So what we have here are our, 12, 13 candidates. where we believe that for the most part they're uncirculated. Some might be circulated. Most of these are in an older date. So what we're looking to do, this is a 1937 at least here, 1935. What we're looking to do is find some that are going to be potentials for mint state coins. I do have, just so you guys know, we're going to have another, I have another random allotment of $10 face value walkers on the way. And I have some coins that I'm bidding on in auctions that I think have potential to be BUs and MS graded. So I'm working on building up a shipment. What we're going to do is we're going to take all the tools we've been learning. If you watch some of the other live streams on the numismatic journey that I'm putting out here, if you look at all the different grading criteria, we will break down each one. We've got videos that we've been watching on coin grading from PCGS and NGC. I've got all the books. I've got all the coin grading scale books and stuff like that. And what we're going to do, it's going to be a really drawn out, long process, but we're going to go through each and every coin. Not today, but next one. I've got a microscope and everything. We're going to go through every single coin, and we're going to do our best to predict about exactly what grade we think the coin would get if it were sent off to a grading company. And then maybe I take like the top 5 or 10 coins and we actually send them off to PCGS and we see what we get back, all that kind of a stuff. And, you know, yes, it's going to have a little bit of a cost to it, etc. I understand that, but it's more about the thing about like a good quality education is nobody can just talk to me about this stuff. I have to participate in it myself. Like I have to go through the process of grading it and making mistakes and wasting money and submitting coins that shouldn't be submitted and getting back the notice from PCGS that says they're not going to grade it because it's been cleaned or whatever. I have to go through that process myself, because no matter how much I read or how many videos I watch or whatever, or any hand holding somebody does for me, if I'm not participating it in like myself, I'm just not getting the education. So for me, the cost of these books, the cost of these coins, right? The coins still have value, but the cost of the books, the cost of the grading service, all that stuff, it really, at the end of the day, like it's an investment in myself and my own education to become what I hope to become is an expert on this exact coin series. And then I can share that, right? I can share that with others. Catcom, try Annex for cheaper learning. Yeah, so here's the thing though, Catcom, is if I were to get back, let's say I got back an MS65 from an Annex grading slab. The reality is though, buddy, is I would crack it out of that and I would have to resubmit it. I would have to crack that out and resubmit it to PCGS anyways. So I might as well just bite the bullet and submit it to the companies that I respect most right now, which are PCGS and NGC, because I feel like those will have the most retention of value, you know, in the back out. He is not selling. Hold on. I'm not sure what, did you read the case study in the PCGS body bags? Exactly. Is that where they go? This is where this coin is going to die in my vault. What's my most viewed video? I don't even know, man. I could probably look at my analytics, but I don't know. I don't really have videos that get too many views. So it would probably be around 8,500 views or so, somewhere in that range. 8,500 to 10,000 views, I would imagine, is probably my highest viewed video. I've never been somebody that has, I do primarily live streams, and I've had live streams that had upwards of 250 people at one time. I don't really like talking YouTube and analytics. I think it's boring for most people, but yeah, I've had some like really like outstanding live stream series and stuff like. And when I'm pumping out videos and like content, I can get to the point where like I average 80 to 100 viewers and stuff like that. But it's just it's a drain, and I just got done. I also coach lacrosse outside of work. And our lacrosse season has been the last 2 months. So for the last 2 months, I have been coaching 5 to 6 days a week after work in the evenings and going to games and stuff. So I just haven't had the energy to like really pump out content. So anyway, we're getting back into it, obviously. And this is the series that I wanted to bring myself back into to kind of get my juices flowing and get myself excited again. But so yeah, these are our 13 potential candidates right now here. Right meow. We have a 1942 Philly, a 1944 Philly, a Philly 1937 Philly, 1935 Philly. Well, apparently Philadelphia Mint is the way we're going to go. 1946 Philly. My goodness. 1943 Philly. Oh gosh, the Philly Mint. 1945 Denver. Yeah, Johnny Day. All right. We've got 1936 Philly. 1946 Philly. 1944 San Francisco. 1946 Philly. 1942 Philly. And 1943 Philadelphia. So we have one Denver, one San Francisco. And again, we all know that not all these coins are going to make it to the grader. They're going to get a lot of these are going to get shot down. Probably almost all of them are going to get shot down from a critical eye as all of us go through this with a magnifying glass and a microscope and whatever, and we predict our grades. I'm only going to submit ones that we think could actually come back as mint state. If we don't think that it can come back as mint state, we're probably not going to do it. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, happy Mother's Day to mothers out there, or if not, yeah, no MS65 there. I don't think so either. I'm hoping for like an MS60, honestly. I'm hoping that I can pull out at least like an MS60 to an MS62, 63. The reality is, though, is that not any of these, I don't think, maybe some of the 37s or something, 35s, 37s, none of these are going to probably add that much value from grading outside of the grade, or like beyond the grading cost. So, but again, Catcom is just here for fun. On your next video post, how many views for you to send me an ounce of silver? How many views for me to send an ounce of silver? I don't know, man, because I mean, I don't know. An ounce of silver is what, like $80? So plus another, I mean, assuming you're in the USA, another 7 to send silver. So they would probably have to have somewhere in the realm of 87,000 views to 100,000 views to make it worthwhile. You don't make much money on YouTube in terms of viewership. You get more. I get more money from actually channel members and people subscribing to the channel through channel memberships and super chats and super stickers and things like that. That's actually where most historically the revenue from my channel has come from, because I do mostly live streams, and quite frankly, live streams don't really generate that much ad revenue because I don't run ads. So yeah, that makes sense. So anyway, no, I appreciate all the support on the channel, guys, and we're just here again. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. I got a full-time career. I own businesses. I'm an investment broker. I don't do this for the income. It is part of like the perks of doing it, I guess, and I can offset. I can just, how you guys can be candid with you guys, I offset any revenue that I get from this channel through giveaways. So when I do run giveaways, I just offset the cost of that. And then I offset the cost of things like my YouTube premium subscriptions, and the cost of this grading service and stuff like that. I'm going to just literally offset it with any revenue that's generated from YouTube. So it'll all balance out. It is what it is. I appreciate it today. Yeah, I'm just here for fun, man. I'm here to meet people in the community and to network and to honestly just share my experience with other people, because there's not much satisfaction just doing this by myself, in a hovel hole, privately. I like to share my experiences with other people. So anyway, that's really all I got for you guys, ladies and gentlemen, today. Appreciate you very much for tuning into the stream. We got a lot of great people out there that make their own content. Catcom and OC Omega and Sober Stacker was here earlier. ASE guy, Real Gear Up, Survival. I apologize if I missed THS. You said you had a channel as well. Mustard and Biscuits. Yeah, so we got a lot of cool people to check out and have fun. Have fun out there and meet new people and find new content that you enjoy. Thanks for checking it out. Subscribe if you want to be back next time. I don't really have a schedule or anything, but I'll keep putting out videos and live streams and talk to you guys on the next time we go live. God bless you. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.